Hey everybody, Kevin Molm here in the Office of Youth and Adult Ministry, 2-Minute Tuesday on February 25th. First up this week, the Outstanding Youth Award application is now live. I just sent this out on Friday afternoon. Check out the website for all the details. It's diocesehelena.org/Outstanding Youth Award. This is really a great way to acknowledge those seniors in your parish who are outstanding in Christian discipleship, leadership, and service. So we're going to recognize all of the nominees of the upcoming CYC Convention Eucharistic Congress like we've done the last couple years. And every nominee will receive a rosary blessed by Bishop Vetter. So I want to encourage you, nominate those graduating seniors from your parish. And this year, thanks to the Foundation for the Diocese of Helena, we're once again offering a $500 scholarship to the two winners. And parishes, you're welcome to nominate more than one outstanding senior. It's just a really great way to acknowledge them. The application window is short. They're due Monday, March 10th, so it only gives you about 2 weeks to get the application done, but I know you all can get it in. You can print the application materials if you want to. You can get that on the website, but it does need to be submitted online. There's basically 4 things that have to be submitted. First is a personal statement from the youth, and just that answers the question, what does Christian discipleship, service, and leadership mean to you, and how have you lived out those principles? Then the youth minister needs to submit a letter of recommendation, and because not every parish has a full-time paid designated position of youth minister, we take a broad definition of what a youth minister is, but basically whoever is responsible for coordinating high school youth ministry or faith formation in the parish, whether they be staff or volunteer, that's the person who should write that letter. Then third, they need to submit a pastor endorsement form. This is basically a way to keep the pastor informed of who he's nominating from his parish and give them the opportunity to kind of share any details about the young person with the committee. Of course, the pastor is also welcome to submit a more of a formal statement or letter of recommendation. And then finally, we're asking the young people to submit a resume. That's somewhat new this year. We've invited applicants to submit a resume in the past, but this year we're just saying all applicants submit a resume. It makes it more standard. And frankly, most of these young people have a resume already. So rather than making do more paperwork, they can just submit the resume. For those who don't have a resume, which honestly, it's fairly easy to create one these days with all the free templates and designs, but they can submit a one-page activity list where they just list out their different activities and honors. And then finally, we invite folks to submit one additional letter of recommendation. Sometimes the youth minister isn't necessarily the best person to speak to the young person's participation or witness to the faith and activities outside of the parish. So sometimes a teacher, a boss, another adult in the youth's life might have way more to say and share about them. So we invite them to submit a letter of recommendation from another adult. And I get asked this every year. It seems like that's the case because we've got some great youth ministers who are also great parents. But if you are the youth minister for your own child, and yes, you can submit the letter of recommendation as their youth minister, but submitting a second letter of recommendation is a good way to get someone else to speak into about the young people and their activities. So that sounds like a lot, but to break it down, there's basically a cover letter, a letter of recommendation for the youth minister, a resume, and the pastor at minimum has to sign off that he's good with nominating this young person. So all the information and details, diocesehelena.org/Outstanding Youth Award. Please nominate your graduating seniors. Speaking of CYC Convention, I made some updates to the website, including a schedule and outline, a few other things on there. Of course, the schedule is subject to change, and it probably will a little bit, but here's a few important things to know. First, just a plug for Carol's campus visit experience called Faith in Your Future. They are hosting a Catholic visit experience on that Friday, March 21st. So if you're interested in coming to tour Carroll College, this is a great way to invite families to come and do the campus visit experience and then also jump right into the rest of the program for the Eucharistic Congress the rest of the weekend. You do have to register separately for that, but it'll be all day that Friday, March 21st at Carroll. I'll make sure that we send out a link with the registration on there, but that'll be right before we'll start with our programming after that gets done on Friday night. That Friday night, we are going to start once again. We will have all the high school youth gathered together at the PE Center at Carroll College. But new this year, we're adding programming for adults at the Cathedral, and so we'll start about 5:30. You can drop off your high school kids, and then the parents and then the younger kids can go over to the Brondell Center, where we'll have dinner, Stations of the Cross, and a speaker. We'll also have childcare there on that Friday night. Then the rest of the weekend will flow pretty much the same as the past few years. We'll start with Mass on Saturday morning. We'll break into different age groups. There'll be childcare all day for those in pre-K through 5th grade. We'll gather together for dinner. Then we'll break again for the evening, end with some adoration, and have a dance for junior high and high school youth and some other social activities for young adults on Saturday night. And then on Sunday morning, we'll start with some programming back at Carroll, and then we'll close with Mass and a Eucharistic procession, weather permitting, of course, from the cathedral to All Saints Chapel and ending about 1 o'clock. So make sure to get your folks registered. Information, diocesehelena.org/Eucharistic Congress. The Jubilee year is upon us. I know a statement went out a couple weeks ago, but I just wanted to re-emphasize, make sure everyone heard about what the diocese is doing to participate in the Jubilee festivities. There's several locations that Bishop designated as pilgrimage sites throughout the diocese. They are the Cathedral of St. Helena, Little Flower Church in Browning, St. Joseph Church in Libby, St. Ignatius Mission Church in St. Ignatius, St. Rosalima in Dillon, Holy Rosary in Bozeman, and All Saints Chapel at Carroll College. If a person makes a pilgrimage to one of these locations and satisfies all the other conditions, like participating in a Mass, having a sincere detachment from sin, all those things, then you'll receive some indulgences. So check the diocese website for all the details. It's diocesehelena.org/Jubilee 2025. Other things I'm working on, I'm presenting tonight at the Devotions on Draft Young Adult Group, which should be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about work. And then I'm working on a grant project to expand Justice Outreach Project. I'm pretty excited about it, and we'll share the details soon. I'm also working on our plans for an upcoming Young Adult Retreat this summer. We've got the Helena Deanery Evangelization Workshop tomorrow, so it's a pretty busy week, heavy on the admin for me. That's it for this week. We'll see you all next Tuesday on Mardi Gras. And so, as always, please pray for me, pray for our bishop, and we'll all pray for our young people. And especially this week, please join me in praying for Pope Francis, who is very ill. Have a great week. God bless.